I firmly believe that the EU needs an ambitious and well-balanced future multi-annual budget with significant place for traditional EU policies, as well as prosperously finance new challenges as we have identified here in Bratislava in 2016. Strong coordination and cooperation among countries of the Friends of Cohesion Group proved to be very useful during negotiations of current MFF. To make our voice better heard, we have prepared a joint declaration which was discussed through by our experts, ambassadors and European Ministers of State secretaries. During the whole process of drafting the declaration, we had in mind the following 4 principles. The purpose of the declaration has been to show unity among as many countries as possible. We should have positive narrative and we need strong and modern European budget. Declaration should definitely cover the whole MFF and not only 1 or 2 policies. And the wording of the declaration should not be divisive and fully respect our national positions. I ask you support of the text of the declaration that you may find in front of you. It is important to send a coordinated message ahead of December European Council, and I believe that elements of the declaration could guide our interventions in Brussels in 2 weeks' time. This declaration has been discussed for the past 2 months, and I sincerely believe that we managed to reach a balanced compromise. May I assume that we have a common understanding that the joint declaration of our group is approved? Should you have any additional priorities on the top of the declaration, please address them during our discussion. Let me also say a few words on our discussion today. After my intervention, I will pass the floor to Vice President of the European Commission, Maroš Šefčovič, followed by Commissioner Günther Oettinger, and then I will invite you, Prime Ministers and representatives of respective countries, to present your positions, and then I will give the floor to Vice President of the European Investment Bank, Mr. Hudak. Let me also inform you that Commissioner Oettinger will have to leave us before 11:30. Our discussion during this working session will be devoted to priorities for the next MFF. You are invited to express views on your main priorities and elements within these priorities which you consider crucial to achieve, what should be modernized and adjusted, as well as where you see main bottlenecks that need to be overcome in order to reach a timely agreement of the next MFF. During lunch we can continue with our individual interventions if needed, followed by a free and informal exchange of views. Due to time, I would like to ask you to limit each intervention to a maximum of 3 minutes. We think that both main traditional policies, the cohesion policy and the common agriculture policy, deserve funding at the level of MFF 2014-2020. Our citizens can directly see how our countries benefit from the cohesion policy and from the common agriculture policy. It is obvious that we defend these policies and we fight for their strong continuation. Of course, our efforts to modernize these policies must also continue. At the same time, we will be constructive in supporting reinforcement of the programs related to new priorities: migration, border control, strengthening EU role in the world. We have also one sensitive element in the negotiation linked to the Horizon program. We want to sustainably widen participation in this research program, and I believe it would be to the benefit of all of us. We should also demand greater understanding of the need for economic convergence. We should start building a new all-European consensus on this issue, otherwise we will be increasingly confronted by aggressive and emotionally attractive populist, nationalist and anti-European Union movements. Notably, the younger generation in the less developed EU member states should see both the progress and the ownership of the EU when solving the gaps in terms of economic development and the standard of living between the West and the East. One remark on the revenue side: we are convinced that Brexit offers a unique opportunity to remove all rebates and corrections, and we should take this opportunity. And now let me invite Vice President of the European Commission, Maroš Šefčovič, to present views of the European Commission on the future shape of the next multi-annual financial framework. Maroš, the floor is yours.